Chapter 1. When in Rome, Part 1. I can't believe we're actually in Rome, Anna exclaims, near skipping through the Fiumicino airport doors towards the taxi rank. There's so much to do. Oh, can we please have pizza for dinner tonight? I've always wanted to try authentic Italian pizza. Say cheese, Alan interjects. Anna strikes a cute pose with her supposedly secret boyfriend, Blake. He looks tired, but smiles with a peace sign towards Alan's phone anyway. Alan takes the picture. Pizza sounds good to me. What do you think? He replies. We're in a seafood mood, Jenna says with a shrug of her shoulders. Which reminds me. She smacks her fist against her palm, spinning to face Anna. Anna, you, me, pepper spray, come on. Huh? How the hell did seafood remind you of pepper spray? Blake balks. Jenna sticks her tongue out at him as she steals Alan's little sister away. Hey, you boys wouldn't understand, but a woman needs her protection. Jenna, I'm fine, please. I don't need pepper spray. And as such, it's my responsibility to ensure that Alan's itty-witty baby sister, Jenna pinches Anna's cheek for dramatic effect, her other arm slung around her shoulder, is protected. Ciao. Ah, what do you mean, ciao? Hey, get back here, Blake shouts. What about your bags? Put them in the cab for me. Put your own bags in the... God damn it. Blake growls in frustration, dragging his hands down his face. He turns to Alan. You could have anyone in the world as your best friend, man. Anyone. Why her? Alan hums and takes a photo of the young man now glowering at him in front of the taxi rank. He looks rather dramatic, with his overpriced tan coat floating about in the wind behind him. Alan feels the corners of his lips twitching in amusement. Blake and Jenna really do look the most alike when they're having a sulk. He has to resist the urge to point it out. Blake deserves to get a little rest in first before Alan teases him too much. It was a long flight, after all. He then tells Blake to go flag down a taxi willing to wait for a bit while he wrangles the bags. No point standing around and doing nothing. Knowing Jenna's shopping habits, they've got time. The taxi driver pulls the rolling door shut, before he slips back into the driver's seat and asks where they're going in heavily accented English. Anna leans forward to give him the address of their hotel, while Alan relaxes back into his uncomfortable third-row seat. Alan closes his eyes. He's content to let his little sister take charge of this one. Tired? Alan hums, hearing the telltale click of the seatbelt to his left. Jenna's finally buckled in. He cracks open an eye to see her fiddling with her purse, before he closes it again. She's probably just trying to unearth her phone or something. He half listens to the excited chatter of the group as the taxi pulls away from the curb. Anna and Blake sound particularly excited about visiting the Colosseum. Jenna does as well, if her constant interjections of cool gladiator facts have anything to say. Alan smiles to himself. Next to their upcoming Dolomites day hike that he's not looking forward to, she seems the most excited about the Colosseum. He finds himself looking forward to it too. Hopefully he'll be able to get some nice photos for their holiday album. Time passes as the taxi weaves throughout the city and the chatter begins to die down. Anna and Blake become engaged in a hushed conversation of their own as Jenna sprawls out in the car seat behind him, fingers tapping away at her phone. Alan yawns, blinking the sleep from his eyes. His head lolls to the side. He absent-mindedly watches Jenna play her gem-matching game for a few rounds, feeling more and more amused with every missed timer. She's not very good at it. He waits until she's given up on the game and returned to mindlessly scrolling through her social media feed before he interrupts her. Thank you, by the way, he says, resisting the urge to laugh when she startles mid-scroll. Huh? For the trip, he elaborates, turning his gaze towards the window. I forgot to say it on the plane. She barks out an amused laugh, reaching over to ruffle his hair. He bats her hand away and tells her to stop it. She cackles and withdraws her hand with a wolfish grin. Don't sweat it, seriously, Jenna says, absent-mindedly taking a picture of a cheese shop as they pass by. Just think of it as a week away from our dog-shit parents, or a well-earned vacation to celebrate you never having to see your piece-of-shit mom ever again. The possibilities are endless. He hums. Just don't forget to tell me how much everything costs so I can pay you back. Jenna snorts. Yeah, sure, she replies, clearly intending to do the exact opposite. Jenna, sorry, I can't hear you over all the fun we're gonna have, she interrupts, pretending to plug her ears. She grins. My money, my rules, buddy. You can pay me back by having the time of your life. Alan groans, failing to suppress a smile of his own. He rolls his eyes and tells her to put that ridiculous smile away. The taxi has finally come to a stop in front of their hotel. Whack! Go, go, go! The rounded stone soars through the sky as Gordian stabs his blade into the soil and runs. His gilded boots slam against the dirt pentagram drawn into the soil as he races past the first, the second, the third base, arm outstretched as he finally approaches the second to last. You're out! Blast it! Godian curses, his toe making contact with the fourth base mere seconds after the stone keep catches the rounded stone in his mitt. The knight laughs. Apologies, your highness. Liar, Godian retorts, tone sharp despite the grin tearing his cheeks asunder. He does a cursory stretch before jogging back towards his teammates. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't fibbing a sin, Sir Dareman? Prince Godian de Fair Imperial! Every knighted man, woman, and demon in between either freeze or startle. Godian stumbles over a rock and falls face first into the dirt. It's almost a miracle that he doesn't end up eating it too. He feels the shadow of his younger cousin envelop him as he pulls himself to his knees, throat suddenly drier than the scorched wounds on a hot summer's day. He can't help but notice that the entire courtyard has gone silent. He tries not to gulp too loudly. Your Highness? Against every fibre of his better judgment, begging him not to. Godian looks up. He blanches. Oh, his cousin's eyes are certainly red right now. Who knew a little natural backlighting would be all Yarlath needs to make those fluffy, perfect locks look absolutely freaking terrifying? Yarlath! Hey! Fancy seeing you out here. Get up. Godian scrambles to his feet. Oh, wow, would you look at the time? Godian laughs a little too hard, turning to face the knights with a strange grin. Yes, that's game, set, and match for me, I'm afraid. Sincerest appreciations to each and every one of you for indulging me in this wondrous experience. Godian, thanks for the great game. Would love to play again sometime. Godian backwards walk-jog runs towards the palace entrance, hands nervously flailing about as Yarlish herds him out like the prize cattle to the slaughter. Remember me fondly, and may the Lord and Lady be with you, bye! The second the heel of his boots touches the marble floor of the palace hallway, he spins on his heel and bolts. Maybe if he runs fast enough, Yarlath will forgive him. Yarlath hasn't forgiven him. Your sword, hey, your pen, your paint, stop. Yarlath uses his arm to block Godian's path, halting him in place. His red eyes glow with the promise of Godian's imminent demise as he pointedly pins his royal capelet to his left shoulder. Godian winces. Don't be an infant. I'm not being an... Godian cuts himself off, staring up at the hallway's ornate ceiling in resignation. Both know I don't need to go to this meeting. Why am I even here? Ow! Yarlath! My apologies. Yarlath replies without a single crumb of remorse. Need I remind you that you are a prince? Or were you hit in the head with a few too many stones while playing sword ball with the knights? Godian frowns, eyes darting to the marble tile below. Yarlath sighs. You're not a child anymore, Your Highness, he says. Godian glances up to see his cousin watching him with an almost pitiful gaze. His games need to stop, or at the very least mature above damaging the knight's equipment just for fun. All right? Godian stares into Yarlath's eyes for a long beat, before looking away with a defeated sigh of his own. He then straightens his back and fixes his patented people's prince smile right back into place. After you, my lord, he replies, performing a dramatic bow. Yarlath sighs again, deeper this time. There will be a single sun in the sky on the day you learn how to address people properly. Godian laughs, the two resuming their original pace towards the minister's court. Well, if you must play the technicality game, you are a High Lord, so... Yarlath pulls out his own papers from under his arm, flicking through them as they round the final corner towards the minister's court. I am not playing the technicality game. I am on duty. I am not a High Lord while I am on duty. I don't believe that's how it works. You believed it would be a good idea to use sword flats to smack stones around the knight's courtyard or running around a dirt pentagram. Yarlath pauses, palms flat against the ornate, dark wooden doors leading into the minister's court. Forgive me for not taking your royal words for the infinite depths of wisdom that they are. Godian's jaw drops in a dramatic show of offence. Yarlath's mouth twitches into a brief smirk. He then pushes open the doors before Godian has a chance to respond, his expression reverting back into that of a stone-cold professional as he gestures for the speaker to announce their entrance into the room. His Royal Highness, Second Prince Godian of Fair Imperial, and His Grace High Lord Yarlath of Rosenbreck have arrived. The two perform the High King's salute, a hand over the heart and a mild bow of the head, before making their way towards the Imperial stand. Godian can feel his older sister glaring daggers at him as he crosses the room, her gaze setting fire to his dark blue hair from above. He tries not to react as he takes his seat beside the High Queen, Yarlath taking position behind him, as is standard for a royal advisor. He's certainly not glancing in that direction for the rest of the afternoon. Eilish might decide to burn him to death with a retina the second they make eye contact. Click. Jenna, come on! Alan gives Jenna a look as he lowers his phone, this being the third photo in a row flubbed by her silly expressions. One nice photo per location. You promised. Oh, fine, Jenna monotones, her expression quickly bouncing back into a sharp grin as Alan resets and re-raises the phone into the air. Thank you. Say cheese! Cheese! Click. You're insufferable. You love me! She sing-songs back. Alan rolls his eyes with an amused smile. He opens his photo gallery app just to make sure she hasn't tried to hide another pair of bunny ears behind her little brother's head. The foot of difference between the two has never seemed to put a stop to her determination to do it in every single photo he tries to take. It's always annoying in the moment, but he can never quite bring himself to delete the photos either. He pulls up the photo in question. His smile softens. Not a pair of bunny ears to be found. Blake stands to the right, his brown hair fluttering in the wind as his hazel eyes gaze at the camera. He's partially bent over to better stay in frame, his signature tan coat flopping about behind him. He's not at all dressed for a hike up the Dolomites, but at least he came in a pair of relatively sensible shoes. Alan might have had a heart attack if he decided to rock up in the red sole ones. Alan's little sister stands in the middle of the group, her black hair held in place by an adorable green headband tied into an asymmetrical bow. Donned in a matching green pinafore skirt and a pair of light brown hiking boots, Anna seems more prepared for the trip than both Park siblings combined. Her smile is bright and wide. Alan's heart aches. To think there was a time where she could never smile at all. He's so proud of her. Jenna stands to Anna's left, her purple-tipped auburn hair whipping in the wind as she joyously pumps her fist into the air. Her smile is as electric as the purple and black rock-inspired outfit she's put on for the day, spiked cuffs and all. The purple platform boots are certainly a choice, but he gave up on that argument hours ago. Beauty is pain, apparently. He's not going to pretend he gets it, but as long as she doesn't roll an ankle climbing up or down the mountain terrain, he'd packed a first aid kit just in case. Finally, Alan's own black-haired mop is staring back at him from the bottom left of the screen, the sun doing nothing to hide the dark rings under his eyes from yet another sleepless night. He's wearing a smile of his own as he does his best to stay out of the shot while still technically being in it. He's never been a big fan of standing in front of the camera. Alan! Ah! Alan startles, fumbling his phone, almost dropping it. Anna! She giggles, her bright blue eyes twinkling in the sun. You coming? Alan stares at her for a long beat. He then sighs, nods, and slips his phone back into his right pocket. Not before he sets that group photo as his lock screen wallpaper, replacing the ridiculous photo they took inside the Coliseum earlier that week. He accepts his hiking pack back from Blake and pulls it on over the blue of his short-sleeved sweater. Thanks. Blake gives him a thumbs up as he pulls on his own pack. Anna taking off to catch up to Jenna as she stands roughly 20 feet ahead, engrossed in reading the signpost. Alan's eyes follow the narrow gravel path behind her as it leads up past a grassy plain, dotted with the occasional hiker. It briefly disappears into a sparse spruce forest before finally re-emerging at the foot of the towering Dolomites range behind it. Alan finds himself turning a little paler than usual. He's suddenly not so sure that this hiking trip is a good idea.